My dear respected brothers, sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very humble and honored to stand in front of you today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send His mercy on us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala please forgive us. Today, Jamaica Muslim Center is organized Community Night. And we invited few elected officials, so they are on their way, and some is already here.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير صدق الله العظيم. Inshallah, I'm going to recite the last ayah. I'm going to translate the last ayah I recited, because this is very important ayah. That's why we are here tonight. It says, "O mankind, we have created you from a male and female and made you into races and tribes so that you may identify one another. Surely the noblest of you in Allah's sight is the one who is most pious of you. Surely Allah is all-knowing, all-aware." Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ta'ala wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. Inshallah ta'ala, while waiting for our President to begin, let me say a few words. The ayat of the Holy Quran that have been recited to you, I consider these ayat as the pillars of the community. You know, we are here tonight because we want to build a solid community. And the community tonight is intended so that we can come together with the same platform in our minds. Because we want to see Jamaica Muslim Center as a ground for us to build a solid and a strong community. And these are the ayat that have been recited to you, and intended, of course, but Sheikh Salah recited it to you, And truly, these are the verses that talk about the pillars, the arkan of the community. If we want to build a strong community, then there are some requirements that need to be fulfilled. And the first and the most important is, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha haqqa tuqati wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. There is no community in our understanding as Muslims that can be built without iman, the fear in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why this community must be based on the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on taqwallahi azza wa jal. This mosque is built on the taqwallahi azza wa jal. We are coming together, nothing but taqwallahi azza wa jal. Our brotherhood is based on taqwallahi azza wa jal. إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله. On taqwallahi azza wa jal. We are building even physical building here for taqwallahi azza wa jal. You are building businesses around this community for taqwallahi azza wa jal. It's not only because you want to accumulate money to your saving accounts, because you are fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want a halal income, and that's why you are opening businesses around the masjid. And the reason is because you want to fear Allah in your businesses. So the first and the most important pillars of any community in our understanding as Muslims is by having the fear, the taqwa Allah azza wa jalla. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha haqqa tuqati wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. So we are building the community on the basis of taqwa Allah azza wa jalla, and inshallah we're going to protect the taqwa Allah azza wa jalla until we die and going back to Allah on the state of wa antum muslimun, on the state of Islam. This is number one. Number two, my brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that mentioned, it's not about fasting, it's not about salat. But the second requirement for us to build a strong community is وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. It is about coming together. And let me just tell you again, as I repeatedly mentioned before, that unity is not uniformity. You have to differentiate between unity and uniformity. It doesn't mean that being united that you have everything same in your opinion, in your ideas. You may have different opinions, that's okay. Not only okay, it is a natural and a must. Sometimes we must have different opinions on issues. Because by having different opinions, it gives us rooms. You are stuck in here, you go to the other opinions. And our brothers and sisters, awla mastum nisa in the Holy Quran, Imam al-Shafi is very strict. Every time that you have a touch skin to skin, then you have to go to make wudu. What are you going to do if you go to Hajj? You go to Umrah, you're making tawaf, your tawaf is not accepted unless you are on the state of wudu. And now you're doing tawaf and you touch women around you, men around you. So you have to go out again making wudu. So our ulama have different opinions on this. It is la mastum nisa is about skin to skin or what? And alhamdulillah, we saw in the book of fiqh that at least 4 opinions. These are rooms of different opinions. But we must know that having different opinions doesn't mean that we consider others as our enemies. Again, my brothers, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Unity is one of the most crucially needed by our ummah today. Look at what is happening in the Middle East. Not only in the Middle East, but what is happening in the West and now in America. The best way to face the challenge that we are facing at the moment, Islamophobia, is by coming together. And Muslims must be united in facing that particular challenge. And one of the best ways to face that challenge, my brothers and sisters, is by coming together and understand the crucially importance of this coming election. So a little bit going out from the, maybe you say this is different from the Quran. Our president is here.
Go ahead.
This is number 2. So again, unity is so crucially needed by our ummah today. Number 3, my brothers and sisters, is the importance of al-amru bil-ma'ruf wa nahy 'anil munkar. And this community, the community of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is the community of al-amru bil-ma'ruf wa nahy 'anil munkar. We must begin that from our own community. You cannot challenge and you cannot change anybody unless we change ourselves. And one of the best way to change the minds of our non-Muslim friends who still misunderstand us very deeply. You can imagine more than 70% of Americans still view negatively the Muslim community. Alhamdulillah, we are lucky enough in New York. But go to the deep south, to Alabama. Go to those places. You will feel how those people misunderstand us. We are lucky enough in New York. We have from mayor down to the speaker, down to many, many officials, they understand us. Our mayor came to this place twice. Once at this masjid and another one in the field when we have our Eid al-Fitr. We are lucky enough, very fortunate enough. But look at our brothers who are living deep to the south. So brothers and sisters, al-amr al-ma'ruf is very important. Number 4, the next pillars of community is that this community must be built on the basis of akhirah-oriented community. Alhamdulillah, I understand, my brothers and sisters, that many of you are successful in your own field. Some of you are doctors, some of you are pharmacists, some of you, whatever, dentists, engineers, lawyers like our president. But you know what? With all these respective successes that we have in our life, there is one ground that Muslims must agree upon. And that is our life, no matter what color it is, must be for akhirah-oriented life. So our intention is to be really successful in the day of judgment, inshallah. So akhirah-oriented. Because when we have akhirah-oriented in life, that we are going to be motivated even further. You know, brothers, when I say akhirah-oriented, doesn't mean that you have to undermine the importance of struggling for our dunya. The responsibility of the Muslim is to make this dunya even easier for everybody to live. Someone is named Abdullah, become a controller. Someone is named Muhammad, become the mayor of the city. There's an opportunity. And that's why you have to build that dream. This is in America, we are living. And there's a wide opportunity for everybody. But finally, my brothers and sisters, always build trust. Trust to Allah. But not less important is trust between ourselves. If other people wanted to divide us, and I don't mean Muslims to Muslims, but Muslims and non-Muslims, they wanted to divide us. There's no room here in America. There's an America. This country is strong, this country is beautiful because of that diversity. And that diversity is tightened by our unity. Diversity within our unity. And that's why, my brothers, if some people say that they wanted to build walls, this is not a political statement at all, because we in the masjid supposedly not. If some people wanted to build walls of separation, separation between Muslims and non-Muslims, separation between white and black, separation between Europeans and Asians, we must say that is not ours, that's not us. If the people want to build walls, we Muslims and like-minded friends like John Lu, we must build bridges.
Salam ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen wa ala Ali wa sahbihi ajma'in. On behalf of the Executive Committee of Jamaica Muslim Center and the Board of Trustees, I welcome you tonight to our annual Community Night at Jamaica Muslim Center. It is an honor for me to invite you, and I thank you all for coming tonight. From your valuable time, you have come tonight to share this night with us. This night is for our community, for you. We will sit together, talk together, and discuss about Islamophobia, which has been a cancer for the Muslims who are living in the United States and elsewhere in the world. Brothers and sisters, whose responsibility is that to make people understand what Islam is? Islam is not a phobia. Islam is a way of life. Islam teaches us to be a better person, a better father, a better parent, a better brother, a better sister, and on top of that, a better human being. So we need to make our fellow Americans understand what Islam is. Islam is not a phobia. Islam is a peaceful religion, which is the foundation came from the time of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, the first person in the world. This is not a new-made religion. This is the religion of God, sent to us to make us a better person. So inshallah, we'll be discussing, we'll have speakers who will be discussing about Islamophobia. And once again, I thank you all for coming tonight to make this event successful. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.
Brothers and sisters, I'd like to welcome and like to give him a chance to talk to you. The Edward Chang, the President, Jamaica State Association. I'd like to request Brother Edward Chang to say a few words.
Make a standard correction. I wish I was the President of Jamaica State Association. I'm the Chairman of Membership Outreach. And wish to welcome everyone to the United States who are immigrants. And the United States, people of the United States, wish to reach out to Americans and non-residents and everyone else to come here. This country stands for many principles, which is to freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Your happiness could be economic, your religion. I am a Chinese American. John Liu is a Chinese American. You folks weren't the first ones who were not welcome to the United States. The history of New York City is this. Immigrants who come here are not welcome here. And then each immigrant group tends to go out to the community, reach out to them, and explain to them who they are. They all accept it. You folks will have to work hard and to reach out to your neighbors to see who you are. This is a wonderful feeling. They have your annual outreach program. I'm happy to stay here and learn more about your religion and your culture. Also, the Chinese people have their own culture, which is Confucius. They have a lot of things that Confucius has similar to the Muslim faith. So I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you for inviting me to come. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Pleased to be back what I consider home at the JMC. It's good to see so many brothers here on this very special community night. Before I go any further though, I can't remember when I did not come to JMC. But as some of you may recall, I'm actually from down the street in Flushing. And we have a Flushing Muslim Center also. And I'm so happy to see a dear old friend. I haven't seen him for so many years. He's been identified with IGNA now, but he also introduced me to the Flushing Muslim Center, and that's Dr. Kushid Khan. Great to see you, Dr. Khan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I will be copying from Sheikh Imam Shamsi Ali when he said, who knows, in a few years, maybe one of the Muslim community, one of our children will be the mayor, or the president, or the vice presidents. How we will make sure that they are there. Number one, I think as a community, we need to educate our children. We need really to build for them the bridges to be educated, not less than anyone else. That will be the first one. Beside the education, we need to make sure that Islamic identity is with them. We need to make sure that they are carrying Islam with them, insha'Allah, internally and externally. We need to build the spiritual part, but at the same time, we need to build with them the manners, the behavior that they will go. One aspect of the Islamic education will be, and I will give you one hadith. When Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sitting with the group of children, and one of them was eating from, not in front of him, from the other side of the plate, he told him, "Oh my son, oh my son, my beloved son, Sammillah, say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa kul biyaminik, eat using your right hand, wa kul mimma yali, and eat from whatever is in front of you." Then our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam established for us in this hadith 3 things. Number 1, to say Bismillah, because by the name of Allah, no matter it starts, no matter whatever you need to start by Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Otherwise, it will not be a complete deed in front of Allah. The second one, the manners. Because all about Islam is all about manners, etiquette, and the ayat were recited today, which is Surah the manners. In the Arabic language we call it Surah al-Akhlaq, the manners surah. And the last one, وَكُلْ مِمَّا يَلِيكَ. There's an etiquette how to eat, and that's why we are looking for Islamic education in the community, because we will be able to instill in our children the spiritual part and the secular part, because beside Islam, beside the Quran, beside the Arabic language, we are teaching our children, we are teaching them math, science, social studies, we are teaching all other subjects. That's the only way we'll be able to keep the identity of our children after a few years, because at the end, they are our future. We need to go out from the intensive care unit as a Muslim community and start being active and start being invisible community. We need to be visible. We don't want at one point anyone to represent us in the media. We need to present ourselves by being vocal, by being active in the community. And I believe our children, inshallah, will be carrying the load more than us, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.